Avoid these at all costs. We are at Hollywood Studios today. Are we here to ride rides? Yes. Are we here to talk about Hollywood Studios? No. We're here to talk about things to avoid on your next Disney cruise. We're here at Hollywood Studios just to switch it up a little bit. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is sunscreen. And it's actually the perfect day to talk about this as well. So number 10 on my things to avoid on your next Disney cruise is forgetting to bring sunscreen. Most people just forget about sunscreen even though they're going on a cruise. But as I said, the weather today is actually the perfect day because people think that even though it's a little bit overcast, they don't need to wear sunscreen. And the sun's not actually the thing that actually burns you. It's the UV rays. So if you don't want to end up like Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, I'd recommend bringing sunscreen because trust me, sunburns for one hurt and will ruin your whole trip for the rest of the time because it's not fun. It is not fun. I lost. She beat me, but Abby, wherever she is back there, she beat us all. She had 194. Lindy had 193. I had 191. I lost. I always lose that game. Number 9 on the list of things to avoid on your next Disney cruise is not taking enough medication. So that can range anything in between over-the-counter medications to medications that you know, are usually prescribed. Now, you're going to want to bring extra medication for the one that you are prescribed because just in case things happen, you might get stuck overnight somewhere that you weren't supposed to. So make sure you bring like a day or two extra of your actual medications to have just in case. So also with medications, if you do bring any over-the-counter medications, make sure you bring some of those too, like Tylenol, Motrin, and seasickness pills. If you even think you might get seasick, I would bring some seasickness pills or patches. I would definitely bring some of those just so you're not very, very, very sad that you're seasick, because that's not fun. Now, to go along with the seasickness thing I was talking about, you're also going to want to pick the right stateroom category and the stateroom placing of your room. Now, when it comes to location of your stateroom on the cruise ship, you're going to have to think of a few different things. Those things include in the middle of the ship, it's not going to be as moving around, so you're not going to get as seasick. So if you think you're going to get seasick or a high tendency to get seasick, I would go toward the middle of the cruise ship. The next thing you want to think about is, are you a light sleeper? Because if you are near elevators or anything, that's going to be a little bit louder than if you're like in the back of the ship or the front of the ship. Those two are the most quiet areas of the cruise ship because they're away from all the traffic. And then the other thing you're going to have to look for when it comes to location, do you want to be near the food? Because I love being near the food. So it's deck 10 on some of the ships is close to the food. Yeah, so if you want to be near the food, look at the deck plan to see where you actually want to be on the ship. 1 second, I gotta go fly the Millennium Falcon. The next thing on the list is making sure you have enough extra money to buy things because you know you're going to buy something. You know you're going to buy something. Speaking about bringing extra money for souvenirs, the next thing you're not going to want to do is overpack. So don't bring too much stuff. For one, you're going to want to need some extra room to put your souvenirs in. And two, if you just don't need to overpack, you can actually do laundry at the ships. Some of them have, like the Wish has an actual laundry area. The other ones you can actually ask your room attendant to wash clothes for you. Speaking of packing, they actually have some different themed nights on the cruise ship, like Pirate Night. So if you want to dress like a pirate, you can. And it's very, very fun doing it too. And if you don't dress like a pirate, you're going to feel actually left out because almost everybody dresses like a pirate. And some people are in like full-blown costumes. So it's really cool. So you can like be a whole pirate. And they actually have a pirate makeup thing. So like in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, you can actually bring your kid over there and they can get dressed up like a pirate that night. The other thing you're going to want to make sure that you pack for is any kind of specialty restaurant like Remy and Enchante and Palo, things like that. You actually have to wear a button-up shirt for men. You can't wear like shorts or anything like that, so you're going to want to make sure you bring the right attire. You can also look online to make sure what you can and cannot wear to each restaurant. There's only 4 more things left, so make sure you stay tuned till number 10, because number 10 might save you a lot of money. The next thing you're going to want to avoid is not booking any excursions, because those are some of the fun things to do while you're in the different ports. So make sure you book some excursions, because they do sell out pretty fast, especially for the more popular ones. So you want to go on the app or the website and see what excursions they have at the different ports you go on. So there is a lot of stuff while you're on a cruise that you can control. You can control where you eat, you control when you go to sleep, you can control what you go do on the cruise ship, but what you can't control is itinerary changes. What I mean by that is sometimes weather happens, things happen, and they can't go to ports. They have to sometimes change the whole itinerary completely. Like one time, we were supposed to go into the Caribbean and there was a hurricane out there, so we ended up having to go to Mexico instead. So what I'm talking about is things like that. You can't control the weather, and you can't control things that happen. So don't get upset about the places that you go, because it's more about making the memories. You can always find a different excursion to go to if you already planned one, things like that. So don't let itinerary changes ruin your vacation. We're almost to the end of the list. Which one of those have you done before? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you don't pay attention to any of the ones I've already talked to you, the next one you're really going to want to pay attention to, so it doesn't leave you a little embarrassed. So on the last night of your cruise, you can actually take your luggage and leave it outside your door. That way the next morning, you'll have it just out downstairs and you don't have to take any luggage off or anything like that. But number 9, and how it'll save you some embarrassment, is not forgetting to leave clothes for the departure day. Because you don't want to be logging off in your underwear or your pajamas, or maybe nothing at all. Make sure you leave some clothes out, because that would be a little awkward. Here's a little bonus tip for you. If you go to like Target or Walmart or whatever, and you buy Disney gift cards, you can actually preload those onto your account before you get on the cruise. So go online and put those gift cards on your account, so you don't have to worry about going to guest services on the very first day. Because let me tell you, the very first day of getting on any cruise, guest services is packed. You want to stay away from there as much as possible. So that's just a little bonus tip for you. Make sure you load any kind of money or whatever on before you even get onto the ship. If you stay till the end, thanks very much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this. So last but certainly not least, I told you this thing was going to probably save you a lot of money. That's not turning off your airplane mode on your phone. Yeah, if you didn't know, you have to turn on your airplane mode on your phone, because if you don't, you'll get a lot of roaming charges. And let me tell you, those roaming charges are a lot of money, like a lot of money. So all those ships have Wi-Fi that you can use for free to do their app. You can also pay for Wi-Fi as well. If you want to do like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, if you want to do that, you can purchase Wi-Fi, or you can get the free Wi-Fi on the ships and just do their app. But again, I tell you, make sure you do it, because it is very, very expensive if you don't. People have spent like thousands of dollars on roaming charges if they forget to do putting it on airplane mode. You need to do it. Do it right now. Like right now. While you're watching this video, you should be on airplane mode. So those are the 10 things to avoid when you go on your next Disney cruise. We'll see you guys later. Remember to love yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.